Hello, everybody. This is Jason Chance, the race director for Rev 3 Williamsburg, being held Sunday, July 9th, 2023. Um, First of all, I'm excited to say that we are the age group high school and club state championships for the state of Virginia. So, for everybody who's out here with us, thank you for being out here. That is for the sprint and the Olympic distances, sprint and Olympic distances. Um, the longer course is not part of that. So I just kind of wanted to walk you through the athlete guide as kind of an athlete briefing and talk about a few things uh, as you're going to see. So everything that you can see here is in the athlete guide. That's all that we're really going to be referring to is the athlete guide. So we'll be able to walk you through. So first and foremost location, we're at Chickahominy Riverfront Park. Um, Things have changed a little bit if you've raced with us in the past couple years. In the past, we've always been kind of down and to the left, right next to the pool. Now we are kind of up and to the left in the back area where the transition and finish line would be is showing on the map. Our half an Olympic, thankfully, our swim is going to not be what we had last year, which is where we started and finished at, or started at the pier. This year, we're going to start the half in the Olympic from the floating dock. So yes, it's about a half a mile walk from transition, but it's better than having that half to, I think we had 8/10 of a mile last year to get to transition after the swim. So that was pretty bad. So half and Olympic are going to start together at the same place, excuse me, not at the same time. There's only going to be about a 20-minute difference between the two starting. So we expect some people are going to catch up on the half and on the Olympic. Our sprint start is going to start at the dock, at the boat ramp, which is going to be, fortunately for you, right next to transition. This is also where the duathlon is going to start. The duathlon will also start because it is only the sprint distance. It will start from the sprint start line. We will have an A-frame out that says duathlon start. Everybody is going to swim around the point. Very excited. The current's going to be with us. Slack tide is exactly at 7:30 a.m. We will be starting at 7 a.m., then 7:20, and then once the last Olympic goes past the sprint start, then we will start the sprint. So we're hoping for about a 7:30 start on that. So once everybody comes in into the beach area, which is the swim finish, you're going to have a small little jog into a grass field. You will be running through some trees for a little trail area. We're going to sweep and groom that as much as we can. If there's any bad areas, we'll put down some carpet. One suggestion that we have, because it is kind of a longer walk down to the half and Olympic start, if you have an old cheap pair of flip-flops or something and you don't want to walk on the grass all the way down there, you can wear them. Remember, it's going to be early in the morning, so you can wear them down to the half and Olympic start. There'll be bags there. You can just throw them into the big bag, and we're just going to drag that bag back up. Transition. We're not going to be sorting them and putting them in individual bags. We're trying to be as eco-friendly as we can, so we'll put them in one bag and kind of put them out for everybody to pick up after transition. So don't wear anything really great down there, just some cheap flip-flops. Um, Once you are done with transition, you're going to come out into this area that's called parking entrance. You're going to go out the main high or the main roadway to get to Route 5. There are on the bike course, there are three small speed bumps inside that area. So we will be saying no aero bars inside the park. No aero bars inside the park. We don't want anybody eating it in the first, 500 yards of this course. So yeah, so this is a really great map. Parking is going to be as you come in, there'll be some signs, there'll be a light tower out in the field. It is in the giant area that says parking entrance. There will be roped off areas for everybody to park in. So, pretty easy to find. Schedule of events. This is kind of important for everybody. Saturday, we're going to have our first packet pickup from 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. We will have packet pickup there at the park. It is not a mandatory packet pickup. As you can see on Sunday, we will have packet pickup from 5 to 6:30 a.m. though we would prefer that everybody not try to pick up on Sunday morning. If you're in the area on Saturday and you want to come check out the venue, we open at 2 o'clock. Our plan is to have everything up and ready to go. Um, we do have security on Saturday night. That being said, if you really want to leave your bike Saturday night, you can, but uh, we recommend just bringing it in on Sunday morning and racking your bike. Um, but that's entirely up to you. So Saturday is just from 2 to 6, 2 to 6. So if you miss that, just come in on Sunday from 5 to 6:30. Okay. The uh, the transition is going to open at 5 a.m. and we're going to close it at 6:45. We're going to be closing that at 6:45 based on we want everybody to start walking down and get down to their start. So that's the Olympic and the half. We will do some announcements. We'll do some briefings kind of at both. We'd like to do the national anthem probably about 6:30 or so in transition, just to kind of talk to everybody in one place, and then that'll give you ample time to get down to the swim start if you want to. Um, as you can see on here, our half start and our Olympic start are about 15 minutes apart. That'll be based on when the last half person makes the one turn that is different than everybody else. Once they get out to that turn or start to that turn, then we're going to fire the Olympic off. So that's an estimate on 7:15. Um, the kids race is at 9:20 a.m. So that should give most of our sprint athletes about 2 hours to get everything done. So if you've got kids and that kind of stuff, go ahead and bring them in. Kids, we will allow a little bit later of a check-in for you guys, though we do recommend that you're in probably by 8 o'clock, and that's because you're going to have bikes and everything else coming in from the sprint at that point in time. So the sprint bike is only about 10 miles, so there's only one way in and one way out of the location. So kids, you're going to be able to check in a little bit later, but we're going to have a meeting about 9:20. You will start from the edge of transition, and then that way we can do our sprint awards kind of there at the same time, and everybody can be a part of it. As you see on here, sprint awards we're showing at 9:30, kids rev 10:30, so you can see the schedule. Packet pickup process. Basically, you don't need to show your USAT card anymore. You just have to show your ID. I apologize for that still being in there. You just have to show your ID, but we have you validated as a USAT member, or you wouldn't have been able to sign in. All relays, you don't have to check in as a team because you've already signed your waiver, so I apologize for that. We will clean this up a little bit for next year. Um, when you check in, you're going to show your ID. We're going to give you your sticker sheet. We're going to give you your timing chip only on Sunday. We're not going to give it to you on Saturday if you come and check in. You'll have to grab it on Sunday when you come into transition. You'll get a swim cap and that kind of stuff. We do that just in case you decide Saturday night or Sunday morning that you're not coming to race. We really don't want you having to pay us $110 for that. If you're one of our Athena and Clydesdales, you will have to weigh in. Um, that is because it's also part of the state championship for sprint and Olympic for Clydesdales. And we will help you out with body marking and that kind of stuff. Race number stickers, one is going to go on your bike frame, one should go on your helmet. We will issue your swim cap based on your distance that you're going to go. This bib, we want your bib on the front while you're running because we want to be able to identify you for the photographs. Historically, we have always given one finish line photo. We have changed that. We are actually giving you all of the photos this year for free. So all of your course photos and all that kind of stuff will be free, and we want to be able to identify you. So that is really great. Here's a kind of a mention of that chip. Again, all of this is kind of the prelude to the course. So we're going to talk about the course here in just a second. We don't want anybody pulling their bikes out too early. I don't know what that should say till the end of the bike portion of the race. We just, we basically want everybody to stay out of everybody's way. when you come into rack in the morning, there's going to be sections. There's going to be a half section, Olympic section, and sprint section. Beyond that, it's self-racking. So there's not assigned spots and things like that. But we are going to try to have all the halves in one place and sprints in another and Olympics in another. It helps us out a little bit. Hey, this is the mandatory athlete briefing. So great job. Kids Rev, we're going to do your athlete briefing because you're probably not watching this right now. So we're going to do that athlete briefing in the morning. Everything is either going to be on the park grounds or on the Capitol Trail. So we're good for that. There's water and sports drink in transition for the swim, but there's no aid stations on the swim. For the bike, there is one for the Olympic. There are none for sprint, and technically there are three for the half. And that's because when we talk about the bike course, so the Olympic and the half are going to do the exact same course. It's just the half, you do 2 loops of it. When you go out on your second loop, that's when we will activate another aid station. We will activate the mile 30 aid station. Everybody should keep in mind, you may ride by this aid station. It's at about mile 4 at the beginning. You may ride by this aid station. You'll see a porta-john. If you want to use the bathroom, go use the bathroom at mile 4. But you will not be able to get any kind of nutrition or anything at mile 4 of the bike. That is only for the half on the second turn through. So at the aid stations, we will have some gels that might be more for if you stop. The water is going to be Sport Top. They're the Deer Park Sport Top plastic bottles. The sports drink is lemon lime Gatorade. We already have that in pre-made up bottles, so you will just throw your bottle, your water bottle kind of off to the side. Again, it's going to be hot. I recommend that you start with a full bottle. You know, don't rely on everything at aid stations because your first one isn't going to be till mile 4. Run aid stations. We tweaked the run course the other day. We put out a post, we put out an email and that kind of stuff. The sprint course, your turnaround is at aid station number 1. Your turnaround is actually aid station 1. So you're going to grab a cup of water or lemon lime Gatorade and you're going to turn around and head back. Olympic, you're going to run past that water station. You're going to get to the second water station, and that is actually your location. So that's your turnaround. So when you get to turnaround or when you get to aid stations, typically it means a turnaround, except for you guys in the half rev distance. Um, you are going to be running past the second aid station about a half a mile up. You'll turn around, you'll come back through. So we'll have great big A-frames that are there that say basically half rev turn around here. You will run down to the first turnaround. You'll turn around and you'll run back towards the bridge. We turn you around this year before the bridge, and then you'll turn around and you'll run back to that first turnaround again, and then you'll run back in. So it's 2 loops. You're going to run 2 loops. We're going to have bananas at that far aid station. We'll have some gels, and then we'll have some little bags of pretzels and stuff like that for you too. Nice little checklist here. Tire repair kits, really kind of nice. All right, guys, swim. So the half's going to go off first. We really want you to be done within an hour and 10 minutes from the start. And it says swim wave, but this is a self-seated swim start, which means the fastest people, you're going to go in first. We're going to go about 5 people at a time. Jumping in, actually, I apologize. We're going to go 2 people at a time because it's pretty skinny down there, walking down that pier. So we're just going to have you line up 2 by 2 like Noah's Ark, and jump in, and you're immediately going to turn to your left and start swimming. So the half, as you're swimming out, you will follow along the shoreline. You'll make a slight right, and there will be a big turn buoy that will be out there, a large turn buoy that will be out there only for you, only for you. So once we get there and we get them all in the water, we're going to give you that morning briefing. We're going to tell you exactly what those swim colors are and everything. Olympic, you've got an hour. Sprint, you've got 45 minutes. Guys, we're not super strict about this. You know, try your best, do your best, and we'll get you through it. Okay? There will be kayakers, paddle boarders out there. If you need help, throw your hands up in the air and they will come out and help you, along with our friends over at James City County Fire Rescue and our staff. So, let's see. These are basic swim rules. We will have officials there, so no fins, no paddles, no flotation devices. If you need a snorkel, we have to get that cleared through the head official. And actually, I'm not even sure if those are allowed anymore. So the sprint, you're going to start from the boat ramp, pretty much go out and hug the shoreline. The Olympic, you're going to go out and hug the shoreline the entire way. And half, this is your little area right here. There will be a buoy out there that you have to go to, and then you're going to follow. Pretty much, you're going to hug the shoreline also. We're going to take that out just a little further. So you just hug the shoreline. All right, bike course. Um, Bike course is where we had some issues this year. We had an approved course going, our historical course. There was a new ordinance that was passed. It changed our bike course. It changed another race's bike course. So we're in James City County this year. James City County completely for the bike course. It added a little bit of elevation. So the Olympic course, I think there's 900 feet of climbing. The half, it's just shy of 2,000 feet of climbing. You can uh, look on the website. Look on the website for the new updated courses. Okay, for the new updated courses, look on the website, not here in the athlete guide. Okay, this is not a living, breathing document, so we had to change one or two things. Look on the website; those are the most up to date. Okay. 5 hours and 30 minutes is the cutoff for the half rev bike. The Olympic is 3 hours. The sprint is an hour and 45. So we will make those determinations based on when the last person in your age group or in your race goes in the water. You will see arrows that'll be on the ground, pink, orange, red, and green for the littles. I can tell you guys the half in the Olympic, you just follow the same. So those are going to be on the ground, and then we're going to put great big A-frame bike signs with just big arrows that like point left. A lot of lefts until you come back, then there are a lot of rights. Um, great big arrows at the turns. Turns are mainly going to be monitored by law enforcement as well. So you'll see these colors on the ground, but for the most part, you'll just follow the big arrows. Sprint, we'll show you that in a second. When you get to your first turn, your first left turn, which is different than everybody else, you will see Sprint Rev left. You will see its own sign that says Sprint Rev to the left. Half an Olympic, when you split half, you'll see a sign that says lap 2, turn left, finish, turn right. And Olympic, you'll see a sign that just says Olympic, turn right. So great big A-frames. They're 3 feet tall by 2 foot wide. All right. So bike course rules and regs. If nobody's raced a USAT race this year, a couple things have changed. Um, First of all, your draft zones have gotten a little bit bigger. So for your sprint and Olympic courses, you actually get 5 bike links. 5 bike links. That's a pretty decent way. And I believe you have 20 seconds once you get within that zone to make the pass. So that's quite a long time. And 5 bike links is the zone. For the half course, you have 6 bike links. Um, so I you also have 25 seconds to pass. So they don't ding you climbing up hills. They don't ding you at aid stations and things like that. And I'm really happy to announce that the mindset has gone away from the gotcha years where they would just kind of sneak up. Um, they're more about prevention now. So if they think that you might be getting a little close, they're going to roll up and say, "Hey, man, you need to pass." Um, so if you get a drafting penalty, you're talking about a blue card, and the ref is going to come up and show you a blue card and acknowledge with you that you got a blue card. If you got a blue card, if you're doing the half, you have a 5 minute penalty in the penalty tent, which is just as you come back into the park. 5 minutes. That's a long time. So don't draft. The Olympic, you have a 2 minute penalty. And if on the sprint course in 9.8 miles or 10 miles, if you're caught drafting, you're going to have a 1 minute. This penalty tent will be as soon as you come into the park, Chickahominy River Park from the bike ride. It's going to be on your right. Um, Now that's a blue card, okay? And like I said, they're gonna talk to you and they're gonna tell you you got a blue card for drafting. If they show you a red card, there are a couple that could be for an illegal pass, that could be for any number of things, intentional littering, that kind of stuff. So always pass within to the left of everybody, but intentional littering, things like that. Those violations are a little bit different. When you get to the penalty tent, for the half, you're going to serve a 30-second penalty. For the Olympic, you're going to serve a 15-second, and for the sprint, you serve a 10-second. Um, so that's a little bit shorter. But drafting is really drafting and blocking. Actually, I think blocking is the number one violation, but drafting is the most visible of anything. So just try to remember 5 bike lengths for the sprint and ollie, and 6 bike lengths for the half rev distance. Must wear a helmet. You know, you got to have your race number on the bike so that they can see who it is. Um, you know, remember remember to treat other athletes, volunteers, and officials with courtesy and consideration. They can DQ you, our people can DQ you. Nobody wants to DQ anybody. So we're going to try to help you out. The sprint. So, again, go on the website. Your course has not changed any at all. Everybody's going to go out on Route 5. At this, at that mile 3 mark, it splits between Centerville Road and John Tyler. So you're going to be going left from there. You're going to make a hard left. And then that mile 5 on the map, that is where you will make a left, and half and Olympic will keep going straight. These are turn by turns. Also on the website, you can find this ride with GPS. Again, the updated ones, and it will, if you're good with your Garmin, it'll tell you turn by turn. Olympic, yours is actually just slightly longer now. Yours is actually 28. Yours is actually 30 miles almost exactly, because this turnaround, this 14-mile turnaround to give you a perfect 28, it was in the middle of a blind turn in the woods. So we actually take you up on the course map. We take you up to here because it's a much bigger intersection. That is also where you will find, after you make the turnaround, you'll find your first aid station. So you're already slowing down for the turnaround. So it made sense to put it up there. And again, turn by turn. This little area right here is where the sprint turned left. So you're going to keep going straight. Very few turns on this, but there are some hills, as you can see by these elevation profiles. Half, you're going to do the exact same thing. And again, we take you up just a little bit more. That gives you a perfect 56. When this was originally drawn, I think we brought you all the way back to the park and turned you around. It's just better to turn you right here. So when you get back to John Tyler Highway, your first lap, you will turn left and you'll come back, and your aid station is going to be right about here. So about mile 30 or so. Sorry if you can't see where I'm clicking. It's going to be at about mile 30 or so. And again, there's your turn by turns. Run course. These are a little bit different. I'm not even sure how many arrows we're going to put out there, other than just probably some yellow cones with cone toppers to get you onto the trail from Chickahominy Riverfront Park. But you will see why when we show you the course. Run cutoff times, we are not particularly anal about these because you're on the trail. You're not affecting traffic at all. So we would like for you to make 8.5 hours. We'd like for you to be done by 3:30. That's kind of our end of the day for the half rev. If anybody's sticking around, we celebrate the last finisher. The whole team does. So we definitely want you there at the finish line if at all possible. The biggest rule with the run is you can't wear a headset, radio, headphones, personal audio device, anything like that. You cannot do that. You'll actually get a penalty for that. And you'll be told to take them off, and if you don't take them off, you'll just be disqualified. That could be bad. That's just silly. So you can't run with any kind of headset, radio, anything like that. So sprint rev, nice and easy. You're going to go up and over the bridge. You're going to hit the 1.5 mark. That is actually where the first aid station is. You're going to turn around and you're going to run the exact same way back. Olympic, you're going to run past the first aid station. You're going to run to the second aid station. That is exactly where your turnaround is. Turn around and head right straight back. Now, the half, we just didn't want to do this to you where you had to run all the way out there all by yourself. So, you're going to run about a half a mile beyond. Again, go on the website and look at the new courses. You're going to run about a half a mile beyond aid station two. There is a timing mat there, so don't cheat. There'll be a big sign that says half rev turnaround. You'll turn around, you'll run over the tape down timing line. And then what that means is aid station two, you're going to hit it, and then you're going to turn around and you're going to hit it again. You're going to run almost all the way back to the base of the bridge. We're not taking you over the bridge, which means you're going to run through that first aid station again, go about a half a mile, turn around and come back. And you're going to just go down and come back again. So you basically have two loops on the run. Weather contingency. I know everybody's watching it. Yeah, we're probably going to see some rain this weekend. We're hoping that it cools things off a little bit. If there is lightning at the start, we will delay the swim by 30 minutes as much as we can. If there is continued lightning in the area, we will absolutely cancel the swim, and we will have to make determinations with our law enforcement and emergency management partners if we can even have the race. Our plan is to have the race. It is definitely rain or shine. Lightning is the only thing that would really get us. And yes, we are watching the Air IQ. Um, and right now it's looking like it's going to clear up, which is really great. But probably part of that's going to be because of rain. Post-race information. So we have these award ceremonies. These are suggested times. We're also going to have QR codes around. So if you can't wait around till 11:30 for the Ollie Rev, you'll check in with Laura over at Athlete Services, and she should be able to get you your awards. Don't cross the line and immediately come over and say, "Hey, I want my award." We normally like to give about a 10-minute buffer, and that's because somebody could have started behind you and beat you by time. So um, one great thing, Sprint Rev and Kids Rev, you've never had the opportunity to have lunch with us, but we have some amazing partners that come in from Charles City County, and they will make barbecue for you. And it's food for the athletes. That is, we're gonna have cold drinks and food. We'll have Gatorade, water, sodas, things like that. But you are all invited to lunch with us. So there's our. We will have some vegetarian option. We try to ask that only unless you're a vegetarian do you ask for that because we only have a limited number of those, and it is pulled pork. So yeah. So anyway, gear collection. So we want everything out of there by 3:30 on Sunday. That's because we have to clean up, and they're calling for storms around 4 o'clock. So we'd like to clean up faster than being in a lightning storm. I'm not going to go through every single one of these because, again, we're just going through the athlete guide and we're about 28 minutes in. We will have a medical team that will be there. Small scrapes and bruises and stuff like that, we will take care of those ourselves. We will have medical and that kind of stuff. Um, Keep in mind the course is open to traffic. If there is a turn or anything like that, it is controlled by law enforcement, so you don't have to worry about that too much. I'm really happy that we have a right-hand turn coming into the park off of the bike, which means that traffic should be able to flow pretty easy and our bikers should be pretty unobstructed. Um, if you want to change from the Olympic or if you want to change any distances, just let us know. Most people downgrade. Let us know and we can change you. Let us know in person. You can send an email to info@rev3try.com, but honestly, we're kind of busy getting ready for this. So, we might not be too fast on answering. So coming and seeing us Saturday from 2 to 6, or Sunday morning is probably the best answer. Yeah, so we want to thank our sponsors, Blue 70, Snake and Pig, BU Sunscreen, Fox Pest Control. Really the best thing to do right here, info@rev3try.com. We hope that this has been helpful. Again, hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. Water temperature right now is like 87 degrees. So, Unless it gets down to 83.9, there's not going to be any chance of a wetsuit, no chance of a wetsuit as of right now. If that changes, we're going to take preliminary temperatures tomorrow. I would not plan on wearing a wetsuit. You will not be allowed to at all. If it gets to 83.9, you'll be allowed to, but you will not be eligible for awards. Um, so I think that's pretty much everything. All the information that we just talked about obviously is in the athlete guide. It's also on our main page, rev3try.com. You can look under races. You can also look on the app. Rev3 has an app. We're going to have live tracking for your folks. So that is Rev3, REV, the number three. You'll be able to find it. It has our blue R. Um, and beyond that, guys, if you have any questions, info at rev3try.com, or maybe we'll see you on Saturday. So, all right. Hope this helped and talk to you guys later.